Hi, I'm Eric Litchford. I'm the Preservation Specialist and Project Manager for Preservation Virginia. I'm down at Bacon's Castle, and today I'm going to be giving a architectural tour of the Smokehouse. So in this region of Virginia, smokehouses were primarily used to process pigs. Pork would have been an important dietary staple for both the free and enslaved population. Hogs generally were slaughtered in the wintertime, after which the meat would be divided up and put into salting tubs for about 6 weeks, give or take. This would draw all the moisture out of the meat. When salting was finished, the meat would be hung up inside the smokehouse over like a low smoky fire. The meat would be exposed to smoke for a few weeks, and after that point it would be fully preserved and potentially could last up to a couple of years. As we look at the inside of the smokehouse, you can definitely tell, judging from all the black staining, that this building was used to smoke meat. More than anything though, a building this size would have been used as a meat storage after the meat was actually smoked. If you take notice of the wall framing, we have very close stud spacing. This was probably done for a couple of reasons. Having close studs like this would allow the siding boards to fit tighter, which would keep the fire pit in a more desirable smoky state instead of burning out too quickly. Since smokehouses were so often used to house copious amounts of meat, they were often the targets for theft and also damage from insects and rodents. So having this tight-fitting siding and close studs would actually help with both of those. If you look up, actually, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then there's 5 and 6 above the last one of these cross beams, which all would have been used to hang meat. So the smokehouse is actually in the middle of quite a large preservation campaign. The first phase of it started last year, where we had to do a lot of framing repair. So the foundation of the building was actually very close to the ground, and it had caused a lot of these vertical framing members and the sills around the whole building to rot. So we actually had the whole building lifted up and then added 3 courses of brick to elevate the building up off the ground. After that, we had to do quite a bit of framing replacement, but whenever at all possible, we were able to, keep the original timbers intact while, only splicing on what was not savable. My favorite is actually how our preservation carpenters were able to treat these sills by splicing in new wood directly under the original sills and really keep as much of the original material there as possible. It's a hardcore preservation right there. Yeah, in a lot of instances, you know, with these original members, all we had to do was just splice in a new tenon. So yeah, it was quite a big preservation effort, but the smokehouse is in a lot better shape because of it. Other than the frame, you can see we had to add quite a bit of new siding, but you know, all the replacement siding was cut and molded to match the profiles of the original stuff, and the same species of wood was used. So we're trying to be as authentic to the original material as possible. You can see the difference outside, so still have plenty of original siding left, but that needs some work too. That's moving on to the next stage of the project, is you know, taking all this old paint off. We've already consolidated the original siding. See, like there's a good example where we did some epoxy work, but yeah, we'll have to remove the rest of this paint and give all this siding a new paint job. The second phase of the smokehouse project is actually restoring the original door, which is what our preservation team is working on right now. This door is absolutely hefty. These battens are extra wide. A door like this absolutely would have helped with security on the smokehouse. If you look at the other side, you can see some of the wonderful work our preservation carpenters have been doing. This wood was in pretty rough shape, but it's been heavily consolidated and the hinges have been reattached. So all that's really left is to rebuild some of the missing wood and then paint everything, and we'll be able to rehang the door. So the last phase of the smokehouse project is going to be re-roofing the whole building. I've climbed up here so you guys can see the condition of the current roof. It's definitely at the end of its life, and roofs are absolutely crucial to keeping the rest of the building stable and in a well-preserved state. So that's where we currently are with the preservation of the smokehouse. We are hoping to raise enough money to get the building re-roofed soon. These projects are paid for in part by donations, so if you want to help preserve structures like this, please consider donating to Preservation Virginia. Thanks for watching.